Hi, it's Andy here at Photech Video, and in today's video I'm going to tell you a little about this ZU80 LED COB bicolor dimmable mini Bowens mount light, which I picked up for less than $40 US. Okay, so before I dive into the features and characteristics of this mini LED COB light, I'd just like to say that I bought this and the other 3 of them with my own money. This video is not sponsored by anybody, and I decided to make it because when I was researching myself, thinking about buying it or not, I couldn't find any videos on YouTube in English or in Spanish which reviewed this particular light. So as you can see, the light is very small. I have pretty small hands myself, and it fits well into the palm of my hand. One of the things I like about this light is this little handle which it has on the top, making it easy to pick up and move around. As the name ZU80 suggests, the manufacturers say that this is an 80-watt light. Now, I can't vouch for that myself. What I can say is that for such a small unit, it does give off a pretty bright light. Here on the bottom in the information, it says maximum power 80 watts. So this particular light doesn't have a brand printed on it. It's just called the ZU80. There's also a ZU60, which is very similar in size and weight to this one, but in theory is a 60-watt light, not an 80-watt as this one claims to be. And the controls on the rear are different. Here we have 2 control knobs, one for the color temperature and the other for the brightness. The color temperature goes from 2500 Kelvin up to 6500 Kelvin, and the brightness goes from 0 all the way up to 100. We also have an on-off rocker switch here and the DC 12-volt power supply port. Now, this does not have a USB-C port, but having said that, there are adapters which you can get which convert a barrel port into a USB-C port. If we look here at the front, we can see the light itself. It doesn't have a glass covering, but that's only to be expected for the price. And then we have the mini Bowens mount. I'm not an expert on different mounts, but I understand that the difference between a normal Bowens mount and the mini Bowens mount is that the normal Bowens mount is, I believe, 9.5 centimeters, whereas the mini Bowens mount on this light is 6.5 centimeters. Not all Bowens mounts are the same. Not all mini Bowens mounts are the same either. But from what I can see with the sizing, Ulanzi mini Bowens mount accessories should fit onto this mount. Okay, so what actually came in the box? Well, to be honest, it was quite complete. We have the light itself. One of the accessories is this mini Bowens mount reflector, which just slots into the mount on the front. And this will add between 1 and 2 stops of light at 100% brightness to this light. It also comes with this silicon dome. Now, I'm not a great lover of silicon domes because basically they convert your light source into a large light bulb because the light reflects off at all sides in a uniform manner. But for some scenarios, it can be useful. However, be warned, the reflector is going to increase the brightness of the lamp between 1 and 2 stops, but putting this silicon dome on top is going to reduce it by 2 or 3 stops at full power. Also included in the box is this AC-DC adapter brick, which has a cable on one end which plugs into the barrel port of the light itself and the other end into your plug socket. And finally, in the box, it also comes with this remote control with which I can turn the light on and off. I can increase and decrease the brightness. I can change the color temperature. Remember, it goes from 2500 Kelvin up to 6500 Kelvin. I can turn on the different special effects which the light has. I'm not sure exactly how many there are, which could be useful maybe in video projects. So that's what's inside the box. So let's have a look and see the light which we can get from this ZU80 LED COB light. Okay, so let's take the AC-DC adapter and plug it in here to the port and then just turn on the lamp. Now, because this is near to my microphone, you may be able to hear the built-in fan, although I will be applying a noise reduction filter. So apart from the built-in fan, it also has really good ventilation. There are holes everywhere on the bottom, on the sides, on the top, and you have the possibility on the remote control of turning on or turning off the fan. If you turn off the fan, it reduces the maximum brightness. Turning it back on allows you to step up to 100% brightness again. Now this is set to 5300 Kelvin at the moment. The reason for that is because these bicolored lights have a sweet spot. There is a bracket where you get your maximum brightness, and I found that between 5000 and 5300 is where I get the maximum brightness from this particular light. Now the increments on the intensity go from 1% all the way up to 100% in 1% steps. So you can be very precise about the percentage which you want to get. So let's increase it up. We're on 10% now. Let's keep going. 25%, 35, 40, and you can see that it's making a lot of difference here. We're now on 88, 90, and that's 100%. And now I'm just going to change the color temperature. So at the moment it's on 5300. I'm going to reduce it down. This is 4000. This is now 2500, which is the warmest. And now let's increase up again. We're coming back to 5000, 5500, 6000, and this now is 6500. So this is the coldest light which the ZU80 offers. Okay, so let's take a quick look at those special effects as well now. And if we press in the color temperature knob, it will go into the effects. Okay, so the first one is lightning. To move on to the next one, we don't turn the knob, we just press it. The second one is TV. So we can see a flickering screen. Third one is a candle. And you can see that it's a warmer, again, flickering light. Fourth is a faulty bulb. The fifth is pulsing. Then we have a strobe. Paparazzi flashes, like in a camera. 8 is an emergency. And then we go back to 1. So there are 8 special effects on this light. Not really useful for photography, but maybe useful for video projects. Now, I mentioned there photography and video, and this is the question which everybody asks. Today's video is just to tell you some of the characteristics of this light which I couldn't find for myself on YouTube. But over the next couple of weeks, I will do some tests and upload a couple of videos to my channel. One which is using this light, or maybe 2 or even 3 for photography in the studio, and another video where I look at their use as video lights. So many people already have the general Bowens mount accessories, and this is a mini Bowens mount. So is there a solution? Is there a way that I can use my normal Bowens mount accessories on this little light? Well, after a lot of research and reading and checking sizes, etc., I took the risk and I ordered this adapter. Now this adapter is from mini Bowens mount to a normal Bowens mount. And I will be honest, it is a little bit tight, but it does work. So I'm going to try to slot this in now. And there we go. That is now connected to my light. And this is a normal 7-inch Bowens mount adapter. So let's see. And as you can see, it slots on perfectly and it's nice and secure. One of the things I didn't mention about this light is that it is all metal. The only plastic which I can see on here are the control buttons, which is another plus because the heat escapes through the metal. Now, even though this Bowens mount does seem pretty secure, I don't know how much I would trust it on a small light like this with a large softbox. Besides, remember, putting one of these into a softbox at 100% power is going to reduce the light output by 1, 1.5, or even 2 stops. And because these are not the brightest lights in the world, you could be left short on lighting requirements. I'll go more deeply into that in the video which I will upload to this channel in the next couple of weeks related to photography with this particular light. One of the things that you can also do with this light is attach your mini Bowens mount reflector and then take one of these gel socks and just put it over the front of your light like that. And now we have a gelled light. Remember that the reflector is going to increase our light output by about 1.5, or even 2 stops at full brightness. And this sock is going to reduce it by something similar. But as hair lights or rim lights, this setup could be useful, and also for giving an atmosphere in a video project. I also have a white sock which I can put over this projector, which softens the light a little bit as well. Remember that the light coming from these tiny LED COB lights is very small, and we all know that the smaller the light source, the harder the light source. If that's what we're going for, if we're looking for shadows, if we're looking for harsh light, well, that's fine. If we want to soften things up, then we're going to need some type of light modifier, and this could be a very cheap solution. However, there are other solutions. I picked up this mini Bowens mount mini softbox for under $20. It has double diffusion as well as a removable grid, and again, it just slots in, and there we have it, attached to our light, and we can see that it's nice and fixed. And finally, I picked up this other accessory, and I think this cost about $25, not including the MP batteries. As I had a number of NP batteries here in my small studio, I thought, well, let's go for it. So this handle has attachments for 2 NP batteries. It has an adjustable 1/4-inch screw attachment, and all you do is you take your light, you take your 1/4-inch thread. One of the nice things about this attachment is you don't have to keep turning it around. I'm going to try not to drop it because there is a screw on here, and you just screw it on like that until it's nice and tight, and there we have our light on a handle with portable power. Now all I need to do is attach my softbox, and we just plug in our barrel connector and turn on our light. And this now is at 6000 Kelvin at 100%. You can see it's not so bright now because we have double diffusion here as well as the honeycomb grid on the front. But as you can see, a nice, comfortable, portable setup which allows us to illuminate wherever we want using these NP batteries on a nice comfortable grip and with a flat base, which means we can stand it down on a table, or we can connect it to our light stand with this attachment here and this screw, which will make it tight. Another thing to remember with this ZU80 is that there is no app to be able to control it from your cell phone, from your mobile phone. But again, that's understandable for the price. I'll leave an affiliate link to this light in the description section down below, as well as affiliate links to other gear used in the making of this video. If you decide to purchase something through one of my affiliate links, thank you. The price to you will be the same, and you'll be supporting the channel as I will receive a small commission which will help me to continue creating content for you here on the channel. Remember to check on my channel, as in the next couple of weeks I'm going to be uploading 2 videos, one using 1, 2, 3 and possibly 4 of these lights for still photography in the studio, and another video where I'll be using them to light a video itself. All in all, I can say that this light, for the money it cost me, is really useful. So as a final thought, I really don't know whether this delivers 80 watts of power. I really don't know whether the Kelvin values in the bicolor are correct or not. But what I do know is that it's a nice, handy, small light, which is very flexible and was very cheap. Well, I hope you liked the video and you found it interesting, and that if you had been looking about for information on this ZU80, that it's helped you to make a decision either for or against it. If you did like the video, please click on the like button, share it with friends and family if you think they might be interested in this type of content. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and ring on that notification bell to be notified every time a new video drops on my channel. Until the next time, this is Andy at Photech Video signing off. Take care and be safe.